All right, we're here. Almost definitely gonna need to restart the game. It dies. And it won't accept controller inputs. And I know there's a way. Somebody said there's a way to fix it. You gotta like go to controllers. Continuous scan, refresh, continuous scanning. Nope. It's gonna restart the game. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. I don't want to do it. If I was in the middle of a quest and for some reason it was an issue, but this is like faster. Just reset the game. All right. Had a little bit of a journey. We went to USJ today. Sad. Sad to see the state of Monster Hunter at USJ. They didn't have anything. They had almost nothing for Monster Hunter Rise. They had a t-shirt that I think had the USJ Palico on it. There were some things. I don't have the pictures. Not easily. They're on my phone. But, I don't know what to say. They had an experience, but the experience was going to cost $20 a person, and I didn't know how long it lasted. Yeah, spend $20 for 10 minutes. Maybe with Noxella. But, like, Jen doesn't care. So, good. The rides were a little bit more exciting than Tokyo Disney. But man, they want to gouge you at Universal Studios, dude. They're into that money, man. They want the fat stacks. Village, I'm just checking on my honey. And then we're going to go to the city. Why isn't it ready yet? Maybe I said it before I left? Weird. Does that only advance when you're in the village? Concerning. Incredibly concerning. And Mikuza, thank you. It's crazy to me that there's so many people that are awake at like 9 in the morning? I mean, I know you'd be awake at 9 in the morning, but able to watch Twitch at 9 in the morning. Is this good for EU? I had some EU viewers complaining, saying it was too early. Like, it's too early for you. Cause I'll stream again later. I mean, we'll be doing a Goblin Hours EU stream later. Jen, did you laugh at that? You like Goblin Hours? I'm gonna get a haircut soon. How is this not bald to you? I have the worst life. I have people saying I'm bald. I am bald, and yet I'm not bald enough for the bald club. And I'm gonna get kicked out of the bald club. And that's not fair, man. That's like I won nothing. It's 10:48 p.m. here in Australia, which is nice. Fake bald. I want to have, all right. I want to have just like a little bit. Okay, I just want a tiny, I just want a memory of my hair. Like a faded tattoo memory. And like, I'm gonna get it shorter on the sides. I know, I'm gonna get kicked out. I know, I understand. Pretty poppin'. You made the bald club and then betrayed them? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to keep your hair short. It really is. It's more work not to do anything. Looks like a bald person who just had a hair transplant. It is work. Why are you laughing? How's Albino get into the room before me? Now Jen's laughing. She thought that was funny. Alright, there's a place I can go that for 1,500 yen, which is like $10, will give me a buzz cut. And that's nice. At the same time, like, I don't know. I guess I can do it myself. I'm out of honey. Oh, this is bad. I might go once to see how it is. It's like, it's a little expensive. The problem is I compare everything to a meal. I compare everything to a bowl of Chigyu. And like a really, really big bowl of Chigyu is 1,000 yen. It's like if I got to decide between like more Chigyu and like a haircut, like I'd rather... Does this make sense to anyone? I'd rather have the Chigyu. I have a trimmer, yeah. Yeah, that's how I got it like this. It can't go mega short. It can only go like a little short. I might try it every once in a while. I might go. I'd like to see if they can like fade the sides. Clean up my ears. That might be nice. My old man ear hair coming out. So yeah, USJ. I know some of you are familiar with USJ because occasionally we'll get Charlie Brown also at USJ. Occasionally we'll get event quests from Universal Studios Japan, and we went. Okay. You want that? You can have it if you want. And there was one statue of a Palico riding a Wolg. A 3D experience, 4D experience. Arthur, hello. That you get like VR goggles, like a backpack, and you carry a weapon. In a very, very, very tiny section of one store, one gift shop. And like, that's pretty much it. That's USJ. I thought there was like a whole Monster Hunter land. I could have sworn there was a whole Dragon Quest land. Where's that? Where did that go? Who took my Dragon Quest? I saw video of people like trying to open up chests. Is fan-made server or something? Yep. This is the Jaggy event helm that gives fate. I'm gonna make up for it, Dean. I'll make up for it. I'll find something Dragon Quest. I saw something about like Dragon Quest Curry Store when I was walking around a sketchy area of Dotonbori, but I couldn't really look at it because there was two girls standing in front of the sign holding up a sign for a hostess club. I don't know. There were definitely Dragon Quest slimes on the sign. That's all I can tell you. It's hard to evade me. Although I gotta tell you, I got a damn good tonkatsu place not that far from me, dude. I think it's 880 yen. is under 900 yen. And it comes with a bunch of rice, of course the fried pork cutlet, and you get an egg too. A raw egg. That's how they like it over here. Went to Super Mario World at USJ, and I don't know, dude. I think maybe they thought it wouldn't be popular. That is the most popular and smallest section of any theme park that I've ever seen in my life. Where do we download the game? Links? You need to rip it from your Wii with your Monster Hunter Tri-Disc that you own. But you can, yeah, use the Discord to find out instructions on how to do that. If you do not have a Wii, they're currently selling for 500 yen at Book Off in Japan. That's like $4, $3. You can probably find a copy of Try as well. You decide it's not worth the effort, you can buy a PlayStation 1 for $2. I don't understand why they sell them. Like, how many people are buying a PlayStation 1 in 2023 anyways? And of the people that are buying them, like you making a profit selling them at $2? Like, did you find, like, were they given to you as, like, industrial waste? Why do you even have them? The new server's on an actual Wii, not an emulator. You can play it on an actual Wii. As long as it's a server beta have. This is an open beta. And I believe the plan is to leave it going indefinitely. Remember, everything that's saved is saved to your character file. So even if things were to shut down, everything is saved to your character. There's nothing that's saved server side that would impact you in any way. But the only thing the patch does is, like, it tells your game their server IP address as opposed to the Capcom IP address. Isn't that amazing? I think that's amazing. I think that's so cool. It's like, it's less than like a kilobyte. If they really worked on optimization, they could probably have gotten it to under 100 bytes. It's worth the trouble humbling my Wii and figure out the game setup stuff? I would argue, if you have not homebrewed your Wii, you probably should. Because, like, why not? There's some really cool stuff you can do with a homebrewed Wii. And then I've not tried it on an actual Wii, but I can't imagine it's that difficult to install the patch. And then once your Wii's homebrewed, if you ever want to bring the game over to a PC, then you're all ready. Thought she was gonna fly. Again, hello, good morning to you. That was a terrible mistake. It didn't work at all. Ugh. I mean, would your sister let you just like grab your save? Actually, I don't. You might have to homebrew it in the first place just to get your save file off. I don't know if... Did you put your character on a Wii remote? I'm trying... What are the ways to move your save data on this game? I think you could bring your character on a Wii remote. Have a good PC should play through the Wii. You might be surprised. The Wii emulator is very well optimized. That is amazing. That's insane. That's crazy. I don't think I've seen it. It has to be. It's all hilarious. I'm still trying to cook up a tweet for some sort of a commentary in Super Mario World. Because once you get into the area, if you want the full experience, the little meta game, you have to buy a Super Mario Band, which I'm pretty sure is just like a little NFC built into like a little rubber band. What do you think a reasonable price that would be for a colorful rubber band with a little NFT tag in it? What do you think? What would be a good price for that? Something that is nearly required to experience the whole area. 2,000 yen? 2,000 yen I'd probably bite. 2,000 yen is $14. It's more than 2,000. What's up, Jesper? Looking real good, man. I love that. Oh yeah, it's lock-lock. Let's get this capture out of the way. 25 US. It was 3,500 yen per band. Which is like $25. But the issue, the concern is you need it for like everyone. Like my favorite part of Super Mario Land was seeing a very clearly hardworking Japanese salaryman who had brought his like wife and 2 children to the park, and they all bought bands, and he just spent over 10,000 yen, and his face was just like, why is my face not here? Just like, they didn't see him. They were like, yay, yay, we've got our bands, and like he was just like silently suffering after forking out that money. It's just a lot. You know, I mean, it's a lot of money. It's a lot relative to what you can do with it. Should we wait for Dan? Dan has left the city. Why would Dan show up and just leave? What is he like? So you can't, there's no Muscle Girl bar in Osaka. There is a bar that has bunny girls. I take that back. There is a muscle bar in Osaka. I think it's just dudes, though. Which, I mean, is like, that's probably what you expect when you want to go to a muscle bar. You probably expect dudes. Attack up medium? With a better charm, we could definitely get attack up large. We got a pretty bad charm. I don't really have any reason to be using this mask other than there's really no reason not to. You know, I mean, is attack up large significantly better than attack up medium? 5 more raw, I mean, in low rank that's pretty good, I guess, but it's essentially a rounding error, so. That wasn't too much damage. Would I rewatch cutscenes and try? I think it's one of the main menus. It's either that or your cat. I think there's like a gallery under the main menu. Yeah, it's got to be there then. There's an excessive number of menus to get into the video game. It's like you got your files. You can have like 3 files, and each file can have like 3 characters, something like that. I don't know what's going on with that. Do they expect that many people were going to be playing Try under the same console? I mean, it's kind of nice to have that much space, I guess. Do we need, like, the trap? It does, to me, there appears to be a tiny amount of lag. Not a terrible amount, but like a little bit. But considering we're playing, like, probably, geographically speaking, the longest possible distance you could do. I'm not gonna dox Albino Donkey, but I'm in Osaka, Japan. And if you're to try and go as far opposite the civilized world that you possibly could, I think that's about where he is. Like, I don't know that you could have a longer path. Fargo, thank you. Maybe if he was like in
Far_go just resubscribed for 41 months.
Like the southern tip of Chile or something? I think so. I think if you were like all the way south. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, like if he was Latin American. Narga entered the city. Welcome, dude. We're doing the capture quest. I'm trying to get all these things done. Capture a global. That one is, I think we'll do this one. Why are the try servers up again? A group has been working for, what did they say, 2 years? 2 years. They've been spending 2 years attempting to get them back, and they got them back. Chile is amazing internet, though? Oh, for real? I did not know that. Something I want to know is why does Brazil tax imported electronics so much? I feel like it's holding the country back. Both, like, computer hardware-wise and, like, gaming-wise. Servers up limited or forever? They're in an open beta, so in theory they could take them down if they had to change something dramatic. But any progress you make on the servers is on your character forever, so as soon as they bring the servers back, it's not like you lose any progress. They're fun. It is a very fun game. I'm gonna take them. That was your first monster ever, and I loved it. You know, what makes it so good, and I've said this before, and I'm sorry I'm saying it to repeat myself, is, you know, some people are like, well, why would I play Try? You know, I've played Portable Third, I've played 3 Ultimate. Both of those games objectively have more content, right? They've got more monsters, they've got more weapons, they've got more armor and armor skills, more areas. Those are all true. You can't argue that at all. Question is like, what is the experience like? And the thing is like, the experience in Monster Hunter Tri for the multiplayer is just different. It's just harder. It's like a hard game. Like this Baroth, like we've all got like okay gear for low rank. Like this is still gonna be a real fight. This isn't gonna be a clown fiesta where he just is like flinch locked forever. Quests are kind of designed for like 3 or 4 people at a time. So even if you've got somebody really, really good, you know, the stench of failure hangs over the game because things can go south like real fast. And the balancing is way different. Like this Baroth, even if it weren't in Try, yeah, he's just like, he's just tough, dude. He's just a strong little guy. Barioth, I understand why they changed, because Barioth in Try is very much like Ice Nargacuga. Like, you could really see it in this game. And so, trying to change him up a little bit in Portable Third and 3U, and later on, it makes sense to me. We're definitely getting a little bit here. Is it based on who went into the zone first? A lot of people got walled by Baroth and Try, both solo and... Okay, teleporting Baroth is very scary. He's very scary. Yeah, I think the way the P2B works is whoever goes into the zone first. So scary. So yeah, I mean that's another thing too. Like if you're into bow guns, like the creative stuff you can do with bow guns in this game is still what we got in Worlds. Not even close in terms of like the augments and stuff. It was nice. What broke there? The hands? I'm not even sure if swimming would be a balance issue. I think it's just like a resource issue. Like, you know, you're going to put all those artists to work making animations for underwater combat, and like for how many monsters? I get the feeling that, at least in Japan, the underwater combat wasn't popular. Because when it came time for 3 Ultimate, I mean, they really did not add that many new monsters under there. I'm trying to think. Plesioth? I'm not counting subspecies. I mean, Dire Morales was very close to just being like a Fatalis. Has underwater ever been popular in gaming? I think some people like the underwater Mario levels. I think the Mario underwater stuff is okay, because you know, it's kind of like flying, and that's kind of fun the way they handle it. Does it look like Monster Hunter World? I know it looks better, right? We're so close to cutting the tail. Right? I can't. Alright. Gotcha. Honey Badger? Is Switch X known as a Honey Badger weapon? I think underwater exploration could be great in another Monster Hunter game. I just don't know that it makes sense to take all those resources and dedicate them to underwater combat. Yeah, I mean, you know, you've got Charge Blade and Insect Glaive to deal with underwater as well. It's like, it's a lot of work. And you're going to completely redo all of the movesets for everything because there's new skills across the board. I'm not saying they won't do any underwater. I just don't see there being like in-depth combat. Capture a global. This will be the last one. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, I don't know. To me, it doesn't make sense. In terms of immersion, underwater is peak. How often are we spending? How many days of our lives are we spent underwater? Did I do herbivore eggs offline? I did the village one. The rock layout is ass. Wait, no. You only have to deliver one. The volcano one is ass. Powder stone is ass. I've got a frog. Where's my frog? Gobel's great. I don't any beef with Gobel. He's actually, in my opinion, the only good underwater fight. Legiocris is just like way more enjoyable to fight on land. It's like not even close. Hold on. Hold on. Let me in. Hold on. Let me in. Let me in. Fire Frost. Don't attack him. Where are you guys going? Is it faster to go that way? He's gonna see you in the water. Neither of them watched my LP. Oh, I screwed up. Now I'm the bad guy. Where is it? There we go. How rare are Wrath Hounds in the game? You gotta break both of the wings. It's more likely on Rathalos. Yeah, you got to break both of the wings if you haven't been breaking both the wings. Oh, I'm gonna let them do. Yeah, I like the tricky sort of like actually hunting the monster stuff. And I think World's got some good stuff too with like dropping stuff on monsters. Stuff like that. Like I enjoy that. I mean, I don't know. I think mounting should just be removed entirely. I don't think it's good. I think it's good for the game. Like, I don't think you should just be, like, have, like, the ability to attack the monster freely. Don't get me wrong, like, I use it. Especially on some monsters, I really use it. I mean, it's okay in 4U. Especially in the monsters where it's, like, really hard to get them out. But for a lot of monsters, it's not that hard to get them out. Especially if you've got earplugs, like, it's almost guaranteed. But it's so effective, like, you deal so much damage. You get so much free damage from your combos. Generations, it's actually a little bit more balanced. Monsters get really resistant after the first mount. I mean, this is try for you. Like, Alexis, clearly good player, well geared, well skilled. Died to Gobble. It's just try, you know. Can be suffering. Is that a limp? I'm just being weird. I mean, the sort of thing that I'd like to see, and it's like, I don't know why we can't have it, because we've had it in, like, the older games. Let's have it so that Element has, like, unique interactions with the monsters, or Status has unique interactions with the monsters. Like, poison disabling Elder Dragon's auras. Like Blagonga's tail only being able to be broken with fire. And stuff like that. Dragon Seal break the Elder Aura? Alright, hold on a second. Elder Seal in World and Iceborne will remove the aura temporarily. It'll reduce the level down to 0. But a lot of times they just put it back immediately. It was mostly like a meme. There were some cases it was okay, like if you had 4 people with like high Elder Seal on Lunastra, you would see a lot less of the Novas, and that was helpful. Elder Seal did technically drain Safi a little bit faster as well, yeah. So everything else being equal, you would, because I mean all the element damage was equal on Safi, you should use Dragon. That's if you were going elemental damage route. Otherwise, like, you know, having a poison boy was really good. I might die. This could be it. That was a lot of damage. I think Elder Seal was probably best for Area 2 on Safi. Area 3, Safi took plenty of damage. In Area 1, you had all the little gimmicky things you can do to suck the energy. This is scary, man. It does a lot of damage underwater. One thing though, and what I thought you were saying at first was in 2nd gen, you needed dragon damage to break the horn / crest / whatever for like Lunastra, Teostra, and Kushala. Just 1 point. And then you'd be able to actually break it at a certain HP. Status weapons were useless in World? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it depends on the group setup and whatever you were doing. I mean, I thought poison, at least 1 poison weapon on Safi was amazing for the amount of damage you could do. Blast was incredibly good almost the entire time in Iceborne up until Fatalis because of Raging Bracky, and even before then, like, Blast was generally just pretty good. I mean, yeah, Poison and Paralysis were a lot more niche, but at the start of Iceborne, I'm pretty sure Doldrathian weapons were best in slot for most weapons. The thing is with paralyzing Safi is you got to be careful because you want to save it for the very, very end. Blast is good, but not for the blast. They just made those weapons stronger. Without the blast, the weapons probably would have... Huh. I guess if they were non-element, they might have been good anyways, because you'd probably jam non-elemental boost on them. I don't know. Depending on the monster. But I mean, poison on, you know, Namiel, poison on Sharish Volda. There's a lot of monsters that took a ton of poison damage. Not saying you'd necessarily use that over ice or blast or raw or whatever, but there were definitely some cases where, especially if you're in a group, like, why not? Why not just have 1 poison person? Yeah, I don't know. If anything, Elemental was undervalued in Iceborne, or underweighted. It wasn't that good. I mean, some of the cold weapons with the built-in true critical element or whatever, those finally got to be decent, but through the entirety of World, like, because of non-elemental boost, like, that was king. Pretty much that was king. But that's also, you know, non-elemental boost was like 10% more raw. Yeah, it was real bad. In World, I agree with you 100%. Non-elemental boost made anything that wasn't element suspect. Now, that being said, you know, Lunastra weapons and Deviljho weapons, I think, are the weapons I use the most. Trying to think what other weapons I use. I mean, and after AT Cole, like, there was a lot of good weapons. But at the start, man, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Non-elemental boost was cracked. Let's do the egg quest. You know, once Iceborne dropped, they changed non-elemental boost to being 5%, and that helped, but I mean, that should have been something they should have patched right away. The same thing with like zero-sum discharge, and they never fixed that. It should have just been patched out. One way or the other. This would be nice if we all get it. Gutted Max Mike as the crit meta? Maybe they just thought it was too strong. You know. Because if you didn't tenderize the monster, maximum might was equivalent to weakness exploit at 3 points, and they're like, that's too powerful. Yeah, I don't know. It was clear to me that, they really wanted people to use the Clutch Claw. Aggro was even better. Yeah, Agitator was good. And with Fatalis armor, if for some reason you wanted to run Maximum Might, you technically now can. I don't know that there's too many situations where it makes sense to do that. Maybe, maybe if you're using like a Fatalis weapon. Looking handsome today? Thank you. I was wearing a hat, so I didn't really even out my tan in my head yet. I mean, even if you didn't Claw Punch to instantly trigger Agitator, you know, you were either Claw Punching to get Agitator immediately, or you were, wall banging a monster twice in a row anyways and just getting free damage in that way. Why are the tri-servers back? Because a group of developers worked very hard over 2 years to reverse engineer the server instructions, and now they're back. That's it. That's the story. And now you can play it again. Just like your childhood. Or your mid-adulthood. Or I don't know. You can be like an 80-year-old man. You could have been playing it early in your... Remember when you retired and you're 65 years old? And now you're 80? You can relive your early elderlyhood by playing Monster Hunter Try Again online. I'm playing it on an emulator right now. The cool thing is you can play it on a Wii. Is this a relatable story? If I can ever retire, I'll probably be able to retire someday. I don't know if I'll be able to stop streaming, but I'll be able to retire someday. A streamer retirement? It's not possible. I mean, that's the thing, is like, if you want to solo, try online, like, sack up. Get ready to sack up, dude. I mean, you know, I was reading some statistics the other day about, like, fertility rates in countries, and everybody makes fun of Korea and Japan, as well they should. Their fertility rates are very low. US is still 1.7. They say 2.1 is the fertility rate of replacement, and we are not there. Not having a kid is a huge boon, at least. I mean, all the money you'd put into raising the child can go into retirement, which is helpful. I think it's sick when people are like, I'm going to have a kid for my retirement. Did you ask the kid? Bring back Monster Hunter 1 servers? They're working on that. In fact, there's a closed and or open beta right now for Monster Hunter G servers. And they're going to be working on the DOS servers afterwards. Now, I do not, if I'm lacking one area of Monster Hunter knowledge, I do not know the differences outside of, like... I'm gonna do global again. Outside of Yan Garuga, I don't know the difference between G and Freedom. And the farm. Yo, it'd be crazy. Imagine being able to play 3U on CMU. Ooh. That would be so nice. I mean, we could also hope that someday that Citro will work. I don't know what this guy's doing. Do we wait for him? It's an interesting looking set. What the fuck? Dude, it's like I'm actually playing Monster Hunter Tryon release. Yes! I'm not bullying him. I'm not bullying him, but that's amazing. Yo, that's so good. No, I'm not bullying. I like it. It's like authentic. I'm not bullying. It's the real thing, man. It's the real thing. This is what it was like. That's sweet as hell, dude. I'm not. People think I'm bullying. I'm not bullying. I love it.
It's called release.
I gotta go. I gotta get in that other area before they do. Because I gotta frog him out. It's a subquest. Yo. Oh. No. No way. Don't disturb him. I'll get mad if you do. I'll get mad if you disturb him. I need to fish him out. Okay, here we go. That's all. Kick him, please. I'm not gonna kick him. It's one way out there anyways. You gotta swim through 5. I think I killed a Gobu on my last playthrough with a frog. I think you could die to that. Like, we gotta count the amount of seconds we have before we go into hell with this longsword user. And he goes in infinite spirit. That's a major. If there's one weakness of Try, it's whatever is going on with those longswords. You got that tail off pretty quick. Try to get this lantern as much as I can, but it is hard without a KO. Oh no, his tail can definitely paralyze. Him underwater, if he paralyzes you, is like real scary, man. I'm very sorry. I need to start packing bombs, and I apologize for not packing bombs. Hard drive failed with your Loclax save? Yeah, this, I would say, you know, even if you had a save that you've been working on, if it had any significant online, like, I'd say the right thing to do is start over anyways. Like, what do you want to do? Like, load in and start clearing everyone's quests with, like, maxed out Alatreyan gear? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. We broke everything. I guess, like, this would be a good time to capture, but I don't want to use my capture materials. Is somebody commenting on why I keep doing a lot of pokes into overhead chops? Yeah, there's no wild swing finisher. Yeah, early. I don't know if this is how we're gonna do the schedule from now on, Fog, but I'm gonna give it a shot. We're gonna try and do an early stream, and then I'm gonna sleep, and then we'll do like a later stream. We'll see if that works. I should have started earlier. I was planning on starting earlier, but I was at USJ, so I couldn't. I mean, if there's like a major opening and something's weak to water, hack and slash could be great with this switch axe. I mean, this would give me the entire day in Japan. Like, ideally, I'd start at like 8 p.m. and finish around midnight, and then get up and start around like 7 a.m. and end around 11 a.m. my time, and that leaves me between 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. You and Jen enjoy USJ? I did. I just thought it was kind of expensive. Like, I almost want to be like, who the hell do you think you are? The people running USJ, it's like, you're not Disney. You know, you've got, and like, they've got the weirdest collection of stuff, dude. They've got Minions. They've got Hello Kitty. They've got Monster Hunter. They've got Peanuts. They've got Jurassic Park. They've got Beetlejuice. What if they brought back Media Bowgun but for everything, I think that's what they were trying in World, and it just didn't work out. Too confusing and too hard to balance. But yeah, I mean, I think that's cool as hell. It's a good idea. I've been thinking about what if they let you switch between impact and cutting for your weapon type. Try servers. Yeah, we're in luck right now. This is not pre-recorded. I wouldn't lie to you. Let's put on our gathering gear. Actually, we don't even need our if we got 4 people. No, I'll put it on. Why do I wear the Jaggy mask? Why did I put on this mask? For the rewards? Extra rewards? I think they mod Gen 3 to include Insect Glaive and Charge Blade. I mean, if you decompiled the game's code, you could do anything. That's a little that I think that's cooking a little bit too much, Fog, but I like the concept. I think you're cooking a little too hard. But I think it's neat. I would like it a lot better than wire bugs and wire bug skills and hunter arts. Way more. The only issue with that is how do you make the weapon look good? Layered weapons, I guess, but like that's part of the issue. That's like my only issue with World is like the weapons just look like ass. Sword oil? No. Stop. Get help. Want Tonfas from... No! Stop! Tonfas aren't good! Okay. There are certain styles that are okay. But the one thing that does not work in Monster Hunter or any hunting game, yet to be proven wrong in any hunting game, is anytime you're allowed to like hover in the air. Because the monsters aren't designed to fight somebody hunting in the air. They're designed to fight somebody in front of them. And as soon as you have them hovering in the air, now they got to start shooting like homing beams at you. Is the only way to balance it. And like that's not fun. I don't want homing beams. Or like weird, like insane hitboxes, like you're playing Insect Glaive and Rise, and the only way they could figure out how to balance Insect Glaive was to have it so that the attacks go to the ceiling when they don't look like they go to the ceiling. And like that doesn't make sense. That's not Monster Hunter. Monster is amazing because like usually the hitboxes are like, you know, really crispy. I'm sorry, you got me tweaking. I get it. You want to punch things, and that's cool, and you should be allowed to punch things. It needs a complete redesign from Frontier. If you just want, I want Tonfas, but I want them to be good to play and fun to play, I agree with you. But those weapons need a serious rework. How many stones I got? 7? The initial, I think the earth moveset, ground moveset, whatever, is fine. You like build up charges and you like explode things, and like that's, I mean, that's cool. This is annoying. I think styles should be distinct playstyles for each weapon. No! No! I don't know, man. Switch skills are okay. It's just like, all right, if you're getting rid of the wacky arts, Okay, but like... Adept is problematic. Bushido / Valor is problematic. Aerial's problematic. Gil, I mean, what's the point of Striker if you don't have arts? Switch skills is okay. Was I the only one delivering stuff? Somebody went to the effort to light up the area in cave in Area 5. Why would you do that? What are you doing? Whatever. Why is gun so expensive in Try? I mean, there's a lot of things really expensive in this game. I mean, the game was designed with a monthly subscription in mind. It was like $10 a month to play in Japan. So they wanted to make sure that you had plenty of content so that you would subscribe for, I don't know, a year? How long did people play this game after release? Fred went gun and now is always broke. Gotta farm Royal Ludroths. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the idea that you're spamming mount on monsters. I don't like the idea that you've got free, like, maximum evasion on monsters either. I just don't think there's, like, you can't balance the game then. Play with randoms now. Sure. Playing with them right now. Well, Albino's not a random. I know. Yeah, the Devil Joe sleep place is great. You get the Dragon Bone relics. Lance playing World with lag. It's got a really weird input buffer in Try where you can counter after the third poke, but like you really got to get it. You have to select a lobby, yeah, Fug. You have to select a server, and then I think a world, and then a lobby. Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, 4U had the best mounting system when it was really hard to complete a mount. But ultimately, like, once you know what to do, like, if you're going to get 100% of the time, it's just free damage. And I'm just thinking more and more, like, I don't like the idea of free damage. Like, I get if it's, like, from a trap or whatever, because those are limited and they start going down. And obviously, like, you know, you got to earn a KO. But, like, wall bangs, mounts... I say this and it's not like, you know, Rise didn't take a huge steaming crap all over the balance of everything with monster rides. I mean, that's the worst, man. GU was okay. Because it was hard and, like, you couldn't spam them. Yeah, I was looking for this one too. I'm not excited for it, but I mean, I'll do it. I wonder if the other guy's just gonna quit. He's gonna look at it, he's like, screw that. I don't want to fight these Panabra. I have honey. I only need like right? Exhaust is insane in Try, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how you make mounting work. I mean, if it were like once per quest, maybe twice per quest, it would be okay. Yeah, no. Exhaust is seriously overpowered in Try, and it makes Hammer like Hammer's already really good in Try with the Super Pound having like crazy motion value and KO being decent. But add exhaustion onto that, and it's just like crazy. It's like so good in this game. I think it'd be good if the monster didn't fall over after. So you mount the monster to do a strong attack. Maybe you break the back. Maybe breaking the back does something. Yeah, I could see that maybe. I say this and I baby rage like it'll matter. I mean, whatever. Whatever's in the next game, this is gonna be bad. Sticky exhaust, heavy bowgun. Some monsters exhaust very quickly on their own without you having to do anything. Some monsters can't be exhausted, but yeah, I mean, for the most part, that'd be great. I mean, I would be fine with mounting being the way it was if you can only do it once. Artillery's a skill, yeah. No, and clusters are really good. They're still really good. You doubt Sticky does exhaust? That's an interesting question. Well, I mean, that won't stop him from going for maximum exhaust shots as well, right? Could you mount Nergigante in World? Yeah. Yeah, you definitely mount him. Exhaust will do a tiny amount of KO to the head, yeah. Does this game have impact draw skill? Punishing draw? I think it's on Oregon. But I'd have to double check. I'm pretty sure it's in the game, though. This might have been the game that introduced Punishing Draw. I don't remember if it was in Freedom Unite. How's Element in the game? The issue is, though, if it depends on what you're asking relatively. Like, up until Elatrion, Element is definitely decent. It depends on the weapon, of course, but like in a lot of situations, I think you can get some okay amount of Element or even status. The problem is like purple sharpness is such a huge boost to raw that I don't know how many situations there are where you would want to use something other than a Devil Joe or Oregon, or a Devil Joe or Elatrion weapon. Punching Draw is 3U? Oh, interesting. Alright, well, fair enough. Punishing Draw and Unite? I just got contradictory information in the chat. I just had people say it was Freedom Unite. I said it was Try. Someone said it was Portable Third, and then someone else said it was 3 Ultimate. I don't know, man. Now I'm questioning reality. If someone has one Royal Rhino. It's definitely in one of those games. It could be in Unite. It could have been in both of them. It could have been in both of them and not in Try, is the amazing thing. We're all gonna be senile in the old folks' home arguing like, "Ah, it was in Portal the Third, you son of a bitch." Hunting Horn is 3U? Friend is sad that Hunting Horn is 3U. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, there's a bunch of weapons that didn't come back until Portable Third. One Rhino left. I don't have my keyboard hooked up. Maybe I can get it. The thing is like a lot of things got reworked in Tri. You know, the weapons all got pretty mixed up combos. Like these are the weapons that form the foundation for the weapons we use today, more or less. And then they all had to have underwater movesets. And then for some reason they wanted to introduce the switch axe. I don't know what the hell is going on. Well, there you go. Here's the switch axe. Real Rhino, come on. So, back to the original question. I mean, there's certain situations where Element's probably really good. Like, if you're fighting Barryoth, yeah, I'm sure Sleep and or Fire is really good in a group to help break the claws. Hunter would be too good because of exhaust. I mean, you know, I don't think there was a concept over how powerful Hunting Horn exhaust would have been in Tri anyways, because it was never in the game. It would be interesting to compare the exhaust values on Hammer in Tri versus Portable Third and then 3U. God knows by the time 3U came around, exhaust wasn't as serious. And in modern Monster Hunter, like, exhaust is like a novelty at best. It's like, oh wow, the monster's exhausted. I do know Waffle the Man. You know, World makes it so that you really get used to the ability to angle your weapon. Slime was king? Dude, that's the biggest issue with 3U. We were talking about it the other day, like, 3U just needs, like, a fan patch to rebalance things. And, like, I don't mean, like, go in and buff things. I mean, at the very least, knock down Slime. Probably buff Sword and Shield and Dual Blades a little bit, element-wise. I don't think it would be that bad. Because I think Sword and Shield, for some reason, has like a 70% modifier on element on all of its moves. Usually, Dual Blades will have a 70% modifier on element on certain moves, but not necessarily all of them. Yeah, no, that game needs Jesus. I don't know, man. Like, people always said, like, Kelby Bow was OP. And, like, if you just had, like, 4 idiots that didn't know how to play the game and just had to spam, like, the R1 button, like, Kelby Bow was okay. You could definitely clear quests with it, but one Kelby Bow with 3 other people doing not Kelby Bow was way stronger than just one Kelby Bow. Than 4 Kelby Bows, that is. It did depend on the monster, too. Like, for some of the weakest blast weak things, something like, I don't know, it was like Durham Burrows took a lot of blast, right? Probably pretty good there. Yeah, I mean, use the status codings. Okay, I've got all my quests done. Which are 18. Don't want to do that. I am not 18. I don't know what the strongest thing is. Why are you in the table? What's going on? That's what I mean. Yeah, I mean, it's, like I said, if you just needed 4 brain dead people that could smash the R button, it was effective. And yeah, I mean, it's an issue. It's problematic. Definitely. It's no question. What do we want to fight? Maybe Rathian? I don't know. Whenever he's 14, you start posting laggies. Ooh. I'm 12. I'm not that far away. What's Psyduck's at? Well, he's 15. He's doing alright. I'm a little baby. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that we should spend a lot of time thinking about 3U in terms of its balance. It was made... There was an interesting thing going on with Capcom. For some reason, Tri didn't sell as well as they thought it would. And there was a lot of other games that were underperforming. That was around the same year that apparently Capcom was even voting to allow itself to be acquired by other companies. It's kind of spooky. And at their stockholder meeting, they're like, we're going to work on getting games released as quickly as possible. What would Dual Blades and Sword and Shield use versus Elatrion? For grounded, Elatrion, Ice is best. So I think Dual Blades... Well, there's no Dual Blades in this game. Sword and Shield, I think you'd probably want to go Ice, but it depends on how much you're hitting the head. Hold on, we talking Tri or 3U? 3U is more balanced than 4U, though? Are you talking about, like, stun locking things with, like, paralysis? I don't remember 4U being particularly unbalanced. I'm not sure if we're talking about relic weapons. Relic weapons should probably not be part of the conversation. No, no dual blades. Nope. For like the side upgrades, the only one that's there is longsword. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about. And then there's just switch axe. Years ago? Yeah, it's been a while. It's been over 10 years. So for the most part, I'd say probably ice. You know, Barioth weapons are very strong in this game. They've got a lot of raw, and they've got a lot of affinity. The sharpness isn't bad either. I think they were used a lot on Elatrion. But you know, it's all RNG. If he stays in fire mode. Oh, damn. How'd she stun you? The lawnmower. Even Rathian hits different in Try, man. This is just the low rank Rathian too. We're not even in the high rank Rathian. We need to get up to HR 51. Start farming, I think, Elatrion and Devil Joe. I think it's 50. Isn't there a shiny around here? Oh god. I mean, we have any mods in chat that can bring John back. Sorry, it's a joke that's probably gone too far. I mean, the assumption is that we're gonna get Monster Hunter news, and that we'll get Monster Hunter within the next fiscal year. It's Monster Hunter or Dragon's Dogma. It's gonna be both. I mean, it's possible. Dragma January, Sex March. It's possible. Otherwise, I need a new career. Can't. There's no way. Yeah, it's the anniversary. I mean, look, what if it was for UHD? Pretty hello, good morning. Call the bank to see if they'll take me back. I didn't burn any bridges. It's not like I peeled apart my butt cheeks and told them to kiss my butthole or anything. But I wasn't ever really planning on going back. Murph dude, thank you. Maybe I could, like, be like the production assistant for the Muscle Girls in the Muscle Bar. Street Fighter 6 is doing bad numbers on Twitch. Really? Was there a tournament? Feels like Arc begins? That's the smart money, man. I mean, people show up to events. People certainly show up to events with VTubers. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. The issue is for the individual players that play the game and are streaming as a career. How is it for them? You know what I mean? On a normal, tournament day. And for the VTubers, if they played any other game other than a fighting game, how would that day be? You know what I mean? I mean, that's a consideration. Not that, I'm impressed by the $1 million prize pool or whatever it is that Capcom's giving out. I think that's great. I don't even know that need to give away that much money, but they should do that regularly. $1 million. It's a lot of money. I might have the exact number wrong, but it's they're giving out cash, man. Please don't wear esports. I think entertaining tournaments with like entertaining characters like streamers can be really good content. Monster Chef tournaments too? We used to. There used to be a ton of them in Japan. And the struggle was just getting out of the equivalent of pools. After coronavirus, they kind of just stopped doing them. I worry that this bear-off moves too quickly. 13. Real close. We can try and do this one. This one's got 2 subquests. I'm assuming subquests give bonus HRP. I have no idea. You're in Great Baggy? I mean, in that game, you just do crit draws, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, it's... The issue... Oops. Well, see. Issue with the monster communities, you have, like, way too many of, like... I don't want to say popular speedrunners, prolific speedrunners that are open and embrace using mods in their gameplay. So all you can really do is do, like, a fan tournament and just hope nobody cheats. I mean, that's pretty much it. You know, and what else can you do? I mean, it is what it is. You're eating stuff, so I'm gonna take this. Fan joke word apologies. Please do not take it personally. You're completely forgiven. If anything, you would want to do something probably like an invitational. Invite creators that you think are probably on the up and up and wouldn't do anything funny. Obviously, you still have a prize pool. Try and do something so that, you know, stuff couldn't be pre-recorded, I guess. In a dream world, we would have a mod that could be installed that would tell you if you had any other mods installed. People complain about anti-cheat, but man, when you want there to be like certainty that people aren't cheating, I mean, anything's better than nothing, right? Dolphin or Wii? We're on Dolphin right now. Does it look like the Wii? I think people forget how bad the game looks on the Wii. It's still a good-looking game, but it doesn't look as good. And I know we're only at 720p and 3,000 kilobytes a second. Risk of Rain 2 speedrun tournament? That's so cool. Did they have fixed RNG or something, or? It'll be a lot of work to cut this tail. Other HD mods? Dolphin has resolution scaling built in. And unless you're playing at 4K, like, I wouldn't say that really you need texture increase mods. For me, it's like, I mean, obviously, I don't care if somebody does cheat. I just want to know when they do. So, like, I feel like there should be a way to have that work. Like, tell me the checksum of your native PC. You know what I mean? Like, have that displayable in-game. But that sounds like that would have to hook into too many things, and I don't know. I don't know how they handle it in the Souls community. I should probably ask them. I don't know that I want to have kernel level access to people's games to like manage a $100 to $500 Monster Hunter tournament. You know what I mean? Like, the stakes aren't that big. The thing is, like, the really good players, like, you know, when you watch them, that they're good. And so ultimately, you know, the hope is, at least in Monster Hunter, that you're watching good players in a tournament perform well. Is the Valorant anti-cheat mostly like security theater then? People are still using aimbot. But like, aren't we getting at that point where you could program, and like I hate to use this word because I know it's ass, the equivalent of an AI to stare at a screen and push the buttons for you? Like, we got to be getting there. Like, I know I've seen that for, like, Rock Band, and that was, like, 10 years ago. I know For Honor had something like that, where you would observe the opponent's animation with a camera, and you would automatically perfect parry them. A lot of games do is check for human levels of movement. Really? Like, which ones? Like Battlefield? Fortnite? The head? How the hell do we break the wings like that? Apex and Counter-Strike do? I always liked Apex, and not just because they give me money. I would love a Titanfall 3. I know we'll never get it, but I would love it if we did. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what an A-bot looks like, but I do remember seeing a clip of a streamer that was allegedly using one. And they were trying to move away from a dude, and their game kept snapping back to their head, and they were like locked onto it. That was funny. Set up the server eventually. It is not hard to do. I guess that makes sense. Like, if you're in the point whatever, 0.1%, 0.01% of players, and you're getting reported a lot, you know, just do a little review. Togi kisses hello. I wonder if elemental discharge is the right move. One of the first channels, there weren't a lot of guides for Monster Hunter Tri at that point. There were a number of people that made videos for Freedom Unite. There wasn't a lot of like voice narrated guides. So I guess I was one of the first people to do that. Watching on the podcasts? Podcasts were a good time. Try was controversial back then? I know there was probably a lot of people that didn't like the changes from Freedom Unite, be it less weapons or less monsters. You know, I mean, you get that with every entry in the series. Like, oh, mounting is OP. Oh, styles and arts are OP. True. Oh, world is too easy. I mean, oh, rise is bad. I mean, in some cases, opinions are correct. But in a lot of cases, like, it's a little, I think, a little bit overblown. Because if you play it solo, I do think that Try online is harder than Freedom Unite on G rank. I don't know. I'll remind me in 1 to 2 weeks when we've cleared Elatrion. The monster AI is just like vicious in this game. I mean, there might be some fights where it's almost impossible to clear as a solo gunner in online. I don't know. I'm worried you would need, like, combo up to not run out of ammo. Wii controls? Why? many copies of the game. There was a edition that came with a Classic Controller Pro. Yeah, I mean, the Wii remote controls were ass. Definitely. It was only the Wii U version? I promise you it was the Wii version. If I was in the United States, I would drag up my box and show you now. I'd actually had 2 Classic Controller Pros for the release of Tri, because I'd already imported one from Japan. What the hell? They aren't bad. Depends on the weapon. I mean, if you need to upstab with Lance, it's pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, the Wii U didn't need a special controller because it came with the gamepad. Oh, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. If you played Tri after coming off of Freedom Unite and you didn't know or didn't have a Classic Controller Pro and you're playing this game with motion controls, yeah, that would be different. Yeah, that'd be tough. However, I would argue in some weapons, motion controls were better than Monster Hunter 1, well, Monster Hunter Freedom and Freedom 2 controls. I'll take motion controls over super combos any day. Analog controls aren't that bad. They're at least responsive. Well, I like how I've got my... Is that my microphone? The camera there? I don't think anyone cares. I mean, the reality is if you only had motion controls as an option, then you were probably a child. And if you're a child, your wrist could handle playing with motion controls. So, who's really losing? I'm just being real. I'm just being honest with you. You're a child. 19 years old? I mean, your brain was still kind of pudding. It wasn't fully developed yet.
Hi.
Let's maybe do a bear off. Head, arm armor. I mean, the servers were not up for that long, right? So we got it in the US in what, 2010? 2011, 2012. It was probably like 2013 they shut down? Presumably they had a very large server infrastructure for it. I mean, it's kind of weird. It's weird because, like, the span of development had it so that it came out on the Wii, and then they released a sequel on the PSP, and then by the time they were ready for that follow-up, the 3DS and the Wii U were out. You couldn't even transfer your save from the Wii. And there was no crossplay with the Wii in the other versions. Which, I mean, I wouldn't expect that there would be, but it was a hard time. There was a lot of waiting after 3G came out. Like, we had 6 months to a year before we had our hands on it, I think. It wasn't right away. It was definitely not day and date in Japan. We never got portable third. There was a long wait for only English speakers, especially if they didn't have the PSP modded. And then we didn't get 4 ever. And then 4G came out, and then it was a while before we got 4U. Capcom's like, oh, we can't make any money. Oh, this sucks so bad. Oh, nobody's buying the DLC for Ashira's Wrath. Oh no, what can we do? Let's release more Lost Planet. Okay, I like Lost Planet too. Let's release more Dead Rising. I like Dead Rising 1 and 2. Let's release DMC. I didn't really like DMC. Let's release Flock. Like, Asura's Wrath, as it came on the disc, was okay, but then when you play the full game, you're like, wow, this is disgusting. Oh, I love DMC in general. Well, maybe not DMC 2. If I was saying Devil May Cry, I would say Devil May Cry. I love Devil May Cry. Played and beat the first several times. Played and beat the first one. Played and beat the second one and the third one. Never beat 4 or 5. Never even tried. Well, I did play a little bit of DMC. Didn't beat it. 2 was real bad, man. Dude, there's videos on how bad 2 is now, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I beat that on both characters. And I was even like, man, that Diesel clothing unlock is so cool. I mean, it is kind of cool. Is that in the HD remasters? Do they still have the clothes or no? They get rid of the Diesel stuff. I would be shocked if anyone knew the answer to that, by the way. Because it would involve caring enough about Devil May Cry that you would have played and gone through the remaster enough to have unlocked the unlockable clothing. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm going to knock you both. Tough time for Capcom. I think it's because they were trying to become more of a publisher. And they're like, we're going to own a lot of studios. That's a lot of money, you know. And like, how much can your team train up and get other studios to create games to the same level of polish that Capcom is known for? How many people do you have to hire at Capcom to manage those teams? You know, the whole story of Dead Rising is like a team that went like rogue. You know, Capcom's like, hey, we want you to make Dead Rising. And they're like, well, what if we just made something that wasn't Dead Rising? And you just let us. Like, no, we want Dead Rising. It's profitable and people like it. To the point where the series died and like they lost, I don't know how much money. Oh yeah, no, when they showcase videos of people being able to get launched in the air and attack out of it, I'm like, that's amazing. Was that in 4? Could you do that all immediately in 4? I can't remember. That aspect of it is really neat. The only thing I don't like is like the mounting is too strong. It was probably in 4. Hey, Sidrox, man. We get both the subquests. Oh, we didn't break the head? Oh, that's okay. We didn't have a hammer. Definitely gonna have a lot of extra supplies. Maybe do another Go Bowl? Suddenly the requirements for crafting and upgrading weapons don't seem that bad because like you kill a lot of monsters. Just like getting through the hunter ranks. It's not too many, and you can choose whatever you want, so it doesn't really feel like Rise. We're just like upgrading an AR for no reason, and there's only 50 that you got to get through. So like whatever, 100 quests, give or take. Wait until high rank. Does it really slow down? I can't remember. We'll just do this one. Another hunt. I'd like to at least get a couple Legiacris under my belt. 16 scales? Well, fortunately, the low-rank Rathalos gear is great anyways. Joke's on you, Rathalos! Oh, is that the... That's not the gun hammer. It looks good, though. Good set, man. Sharpness 1 and earplugs? Looks great, dude. With the right setup, I think you can get... What is it? Crit eye +2 and attack up large? With like a low rank charm, not even a higher, like a better one. Yeah, once we get Ignactor, I'm gonna be making the gun hammer, and we'll be using that. Remember any of the other elders? I mean, I guess technically Devil Joe's not an elder. Jen Moran is an elder. Fideos is technically an elder. I think that's it. There's only like 18-ish large monsters in Try. We're about to get doubled. Oh my god. Oh. No. No, my dung bombs! Oh, you saved me. Kaiser, good morning. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, we almost doubled, man. That was so close. He's gonna break the wings. Let me just work. Focus on your job. Wing boy. Look, man. It's a cooperative game. You're meant to work together. I like that sword. Is that the Gobel sword? Sleep bombing? That only really starts to pop off once you start getting, what is it, high rank Oregon? I don't know that I've got the scatterfish for it. And the Gen Moran, like the Sandstorm event is gone. I think it looks great. That's like one of the best looking sword and shields I've ever seen. Look at that shield. Got an attack gem and Iceborne? Congratulations. It's like a level 1 attack one. That sounds pretty lucky. So, attack plus deco? That's really good. Oh, attack and crit? I mean, that's usable. I mean, obviously, it's definitely usable. I'm not blaming the hammer user. They're just doing what they were made to do. You're the one in the way. What else is he supposed to do? You've got Super Pound. You got the spin. Isn't going to be doing much. How late is it there? It's evening for me. It's almost midnight. We're going to be doing, I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces, even this early, so I might be doing a little bit of a split schedule. A little bit in the morning, and then I'll wake up and I'll stream, maybe a little bit longer when I wake up in the morning. My morning would be like 6 p.m. on the East Coast. That way I can sleep somewhat normally and not disturb my upstairs neighbors or Jen too much. You know what I mean? That might work for me. No, I did not get a complaint here yet. Hope I'm enjoying Japan. It's been great, dude.
Just resubscribed for 38 months. Hope you're enjoying Japan Shepherd.
Food is so cheap. Food is so delicious. Lance is the best multiplayer weapon. I'll give you one better. Arguably, Bowgun is in this game. But I think you could rank it. Bowgun. I mean, Lance is so inoffensive. It's like a tie between like Lance and like Greatsword. Lance is probably better than Greatsword. Which Bowgun? Normal 2. Status. Pierce 1. Longsword is the worst. Absolutely the worst. Like, if we're ranking it the other direction, like, Lance is number 1 by a mile. It's all the way up here. It's out of the frame. Did I say Lance? I meant Longsword. Holy crap. Yeah, I don't even know how good elemental damage is in this game on the bowguns. It's probably okay on certain things. Longsword, then hammer. But hammer's such good utility for like exhaust and KO. But even still, it's like ass to be near. Lance never bothered anyone. Sword and shield rarely bothers anyone. Switch X it depends on the player, you know? I mean, if you're smart with just doing like a lot of pokes and overhead chops and you're not around other people, like you're going for the tail or the wings, I don't think it's that bad. I'm 14 now. We can do Legia, Chris, right? You know, if you're doing a lot of side swings and upswings, yeah, you're gonna mess people up real bad. Oh, we should be getting Exchanger, right? More points. Super Lucky Cat all the way. I mean, I've got so many monster parts now to sell if I needed to. Or not as many as I thought I did. Where are all my parts? There should be more than that. How are the servers? Oh, they've been great. Okay, so here's the thing. You don't... Pellet, you shouldn't be, I mean, I don't want to say you shouldn't be using pellet, but in multiplayer, you should probably not be using pellet. You should just not be using it. Like normal 2, maybe normal 3, Pierce 1. Normal 3, like underwater, is like really good. I don't know why. He didn't know. He didn't see you die. He killed you a few times. Maybe after the first time, you're like, oh, I shouldn't do that. He's a friend? Sounds like a great friend. And I really do mean that. Your friends are the people that are most likely to kill you, so... If Godlance was in this game, would it be worse than Longsword? Not necessarily. Depends on, you know, how smart you were with Wyvern Fires, right? The thing is with Longsword in this game, you have infinite spirit gauge for like a certain period of time. It's the worst thing ever. It's so bad. And your final hit is this like enormous half circle that hits everything. It's like terrible. And there's not even rock steady or flinch free. You're just like at the mercy. Silver Twinkle. He's gotten himself a couple timeouts. So yeah, I'm familiar. Usual suspects. Also, as I remember, German. Not saying anything against the Germans, but you know what you did. On Twitch, not another thing. I'm not bringing up World War II. I didn't. I mean, I just did, but that's not what I was inferring. It's just been a lot. It's just been a lot of people getting timed out and banned. And the response is, I'm sorry, I'm German. Christian would be ashamed of them? Maybe. I don't think Christian necessarily is internalized every German person as him. Yeah, he was an immigrant to Germany as a child. He's talked about it on the podcast before, I believe. Holy crap. Why is there so much damage? I know, Fire King. Can you be like, yo, like, I know you're German, but can you just try smiling sometimes? Have you ever tried just smiling? If you're feeling bad about yourself, you've got excellent public health care. Just use that. Or talk to someone. Is that considered rude? I don't know, man. Telling people to smile? I'm trying to use a metaphor for, like, allow happiness to enter your heart. Sometimes. Not all the time. We can't always be happy. We have those sad moments. Usually when we're trying to go to sleep and we remember an embarrassing that happened to us like 10 years ago. And like we just have to sit there and think about it for a while. Yeah, that happens. And like nobody enjoys that. I'm sorry, I'm still not bringing bombs. I'm really failing you at the sleep bombing. I almost created one of those keystone moments. I was walking through the streets of Osaka, I think just 1 or 2 nights ago. I almost point blank farted in a woman's face. That would have been so bad. Like I would remember that forever. How? So, Jen and I had gotten something to eat, and it had made me a little gassy. Okay, I can't. That's not embarrassing. We all eat stuff sometimes. We get a little gassy. And so, I think it was a Saturday night, so like people were out. And yeah, I'm walking with Jen. I said, "Oh, Jen, man, I really gotta fart. Can you look behind me and just make sure there's nobody behind us?" She's like, "Well, there's nobody right behind us, but there's a girl right in front of you." And I looked down, and literally, like, she could be in my ass cheeks. Right next to me is a woman on her phone, crouched down on the ground.
ZMTL just resubscribed.
It would have been point blank.
Hello Screamer, shed heart, hello chat, shed yaya.
ZMTL, thank you so much. Thank you for that. It's like, I obviously I didn't do it. I mean, I didn't go like, yes! Target acquired. And then fart, like I stopped. But it almost happened. True gentleman. Thank you. The thing is, like, she was like, just like so camouflaged. Like she was just like blending into her surroundings. 1 month? That's my estimate as to how long it'll take for me to get up to whatever HR 70, 80, 90, 100, whatever it is. What do you think? What's your guess? Does drowning in 3rd gen count as a card? Yep. You can technically not ever go for oxygen and just keep healing away the life loss. I guess July 17th, Exo Primal's gonna come out. We'll probably play a little Exo Primal. But, you know, I don't know how long it takes to get through the story in that game. Maybe a day or two. I don't think it's going to be like a couple weeks sort of thing. Might have to bring my computer over to the PC bong just to download it ahead of time. I don't know, maybe it'll be preloading on Steam. I mean, I want to use my Game Pass, but... Would I be willing to downgrade my gear to play low rank hub with you? I'm already using low rank gear. I'm not even... I mean, my feeling for the hub is, like, you probably should have gotten a decent ways into the village story before you started doing it anyways. So, like, as long as you're using stuff that's low rank, it's fine. I mean, all I have is attack medium right now, too. I mean, my weapon is pretty good, but it's still low rank. First Baroth weapon? His stuff's pretty good. A negative affinity is really not that big of a deal in this game. It's really not a big deal, because it's not like you're losing the possibility of having had critical boost. Oh shoot. I should stop hiding behind this pillar and get in there. Legitimately, just get rid of all the raw boosting abilities other than, like, sharpness. So protective polish for keeping blue? Razor sharp, but getting razor sharp and sharpness +1, I think is pretty hard. I don't think it's impossible in this game. I think it's just hard. I don't know if you need a God Talisman. I'd have to check the armor set search. But you almost definitely won't be able to get anything other than both Handicraft +1 and Razor Sharp if you want both of them. Maybe one of the easier level 10 skills. You want to capture him? I'm assuming this is for capture, not for damage. Sky Surfers is back. We're on them right now, dude. Surfers streams this month? Yeah, I mean it's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be about like, I mean, at least a couple weeks.
Excited for the streams this month.
You know, I want to get up to Elatrion and Devil Joe. I'd like to make all of their gear. Help out people for another week or two after that, and then See what's next. God knows it's a lot more fun and satisfying than Generations Ultimate. Oh. Oh. I don't know how hard it would be to complete your guild card. I put up the key quest for hub progression because I'm not doing all monsters. Well, if you're not doing all monsters, then you need to look up the hub. Then you need to do that. GU would be done if I didn't make 4 weapons. You're right. You're right. I did it to myself. I made the mistake. And there's no arguing with you. You're not against doing all monsters. I mean, that's what I did. Is GU dead? We finished it in high rank, and I'm not going to be sitting there playing GU while the Tri servers had just come back. I don't know that I'll ever play it again unless it's like an all credits thing. Pretty much did everything. Try servers were psyop to get me to stop playing GU. It worked. Yeah, I mean, I should be on today, assuming I don't oversleep around like 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern. If I could use a previous save, I would be okay with that, Fog. I like the egg quests. The egg quests in Monster Hunter 1 and the Monster Hunter 4 are so good. For you, they're really good. They're actually good egg quests. People were saying, Rick Nato, to just keep going to the little blue stone in the underwater cave in the deserted island. And it kind of works. Yeah, I don't think Nibblesnarf is a good replacement for Gobble. I think he's a good monster. You're Wii U again. Well, hold up. What game do you think we're playing? Try or 3 Ultimate? Yeah. No, I mean, definitely. I mean, look. For even with as easy it is to get Macalite in this game, 15 is, I mean, that's a lot. Unless you've been doing like non-stop charm farming runs in the volcano, you're probably not going to have a lot of spare Macalite. Is he hiding? Oh, there he is. You know, the stalagmite here actually does block his vision of you. Well, the Geocrist weapons are real good, actually. How easy is this game to set up on the Wii? There's instructions if you do exclamation try, but I believe you need to rip it. It's a Revolution patch. I don't know if the game needs to be ripped or not. But your Wii definitely needs to be homebrewed. Assuming you've already homebrewed it, that should be pretty easy. the stream part. Basically, what allows you to connect to the servers is a patch that changes the game's IP address to the server's IP address. The patch is like a kilobyte. What are the ice area nodes? Need eight different things on it. Bloodstones, normal stones, armor stones, charms. I think it's cool that you can get charms from it. Iron and earth crystals. Yeah, I don't know if those are still on the nodes in high rank. I would be surprised if iron is still there. Earth crystals might still be there. Please don't kill me. Sidrox almost died there. There's only a couple spots I think in the ice area that can even give you a Cesium. I know the one in the Barioth area can do it. Outside of the Barioth area, I don't know if the other ones... There's probably a couple that can. Probably has to be the blue ones, though, not the red ones. Summon Area 5 even the red ones? That's like the Bone Cave? I mean, usually if you're running a gathering set, you just strip mine everything anyways. And they do give us a really good gathering set early on. It's actually really nice of them. I mean, if you just buy the leather set from the armory, you get speed gather, gather +2, and so gather +1 and whim. I think it's Kelby horns that give you gathering decos. Something like that. You get up to gathering 2. There's a couple things you could add to gathering sets can make things a little bit nicer, depending on what you're planning to do, like heat resistance, pro transporter, I think is the best you can do. Gathering +2, spirits whim, speed gathering, pro transporter, and heat res. I think you can get high rank. And that's if you're going to be like delivering powder stones. What do you use to rip discs? I think you just do it directly off of the Wii. I think there's a tool for that now. Because I can't imagine there's a lot of people out there that actually have CD drives on their computers anymore. I have a DVD rewritable drive that I can use. No Wii? Do you need me to send you one for 500 yen from Japan? That is $3, $4, something like that. Send me one as well. Just do a Wii giveaway. I could probably get 10 for 5,000 yen. Oh, well, I don't know. I need to go to the Japanese post office and figure out shipping costs. A letter was 110 yen. That is less than $1. To the US? One was to the US, the other one was to Finland. Jen mailed letters to her friends. Seems pretty affordable to me. That doesn't seem bad. Less than $1 to ship something across the world? Isn't that messed up, man? That's crazy. I could throw in a Famicom and a PlayStation 1 in the box as well if you wanted. Famicom is weird, man. Those buttons do not feel good on those controllers, and I don't think there's any replacing them. The original Famicom controllers, I think, were hardwired to the console. That was a mistake. I kind of love the way Legiacris's back looks. Oh, I think I got it off in time. That's great. Well, we've gotten 2 paralysis so far from that sword and shield. I mean, it really helped get the head break. I remember there was a discussion about the switch axe at one point that said if you're bouncing with the overhead chop, it's actually okay. Because you're able to do it so often, the damage balances out. Is it not subject to the yellow sharpness modifier? If it isn't, then I could see that definitely being true. Because, like, with how fast it's coming out, like, the difference between that and green sharpness is not that much. 5%. Read things like that even for World. I mean, early on, I'm trying to think if it was Switch Axe or Charge Blade. Charge Blade, Savage Axe in yellow was really, really bad. Is Switch Axe the same? It would only be relevant I would imagine, up until like high rank? Elders? Hobbs, hello. It's going okay. We went and visited USJ today. It was alright. I got physically and financially violated by Snoopy. Axe mode great again? I mean, Axe mode was pretty okay in Rise. Yeah, okay. It's pretty bad in World, but even the power Axe mode has its uses. Try red sharpness mod check? Never. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that take. I feel like Axe mode has always been good. People have just ignored it because you're too addicted to up and down swipes. Special rides up now at USJ. I mean, the biggest, newest thing is Super Mario World. And it's a huge, like, financial pump you in the butt place, because to do anything, you got to spend like $30 on a power band. Like a little 5-cent NFC in like a rubber band is $30. Three-hour. So there was a 4D experience for Jujutsu Kaisen, which by 4D, it's like they give you 3D glasses and then your chairs move a little bit and they like blow air and stuff on you and stuff like that. It was pretty okay. If you're a fan of the anime, even if you're not a fan of the anime, it was alright. It was not a long wait. It was like 20 minutes. There was a Monster Hunter experience, but I'm going to wait to do that with Noxella. It's $20 to go on. Like $20? I'll wait. Oh, Spyro, low. It's for Iceborne. Waiting for Noxella to carry me again? I just thought it'd be fun to do it with him the first time. I did go on one ride, which was legitimately, it wasn't the longest roller coaster of my life, but it was the scariest. They call it the Flight of the Pterodactyl. Jen wouldn't even go on it. She's like, I'll see you later. And they like hook you into this little bucket seat and like they flip you up so like your little ass is hanging up in the air. And then they shoot you through the park so everyone sees you in your little doggy position. But it was the fastest and most positionally compromised I think I've ever been before in my life. Like, I didn't think I was gonna die, but I was scared. Like, I was scared. I'm like, this is fast. And I'm flying towards the ground at an incredible speed. It's over very quickly. They also have this one other Jurassic Park ride that's like a water ride. And I signed up to do it in the solo riders queue because Jen didn't want to do that one either. She doesn't like the scary rides. And in the solo rider queue, they put me, you don't get a poncho. So you're not going to be protected from the water. And then they put me directly in the front of it. So it's like a raft and like water's coming at you. And like I sit down and I turn around and like everyone has a poncho on. Like, everyone has one. And like, I'm sitting there like, I don't have anything. And the person when I go in is even like, oh, make sure to take your hat off. So I take my hat off. I got my little bald head in the air, completely exposed and everything. You know, you see a couple things, like occasionally like a little dinosaur comes out, he sprays water at you, it's no big deal. You eventually get to it and there's like a 50-foot water drop. So you go down a waterfall for 50 feet. And like, I'm in front. So like, I'm in it, it's going down, water is spraying everywhere. And then we get down to the bottom and this huge tidal wave hits me. And like, I'm completely soaked, everyone's cheering because they're all okay. And then the music kicks in. And I'm just like sitting there like, soaking. And it wasn't hot, and it was humid. So I'm just like walking around like a little soggy foreigner for like 2 hours. One hour. Someone had the question, can you use or save data from 10 years ago? Yes, you can. You can do that. They thought it was so funny. We Speak works? Crazy, man. It sounds horrendous. Is that the way it's always worked? Has it always sounded bad? I think the We Speak was only ever added to the US version, right? It's just a microphone. I don't even know what game supported it. This game? I have no idea. The guys are screaming at each other. The one other guy that has the We Speak. Lobby full of Wii speakers sounds great. I think it's an experience to have like non-stop noise screeching over the TV. Oh, is it your lunch break, ZMTL? Wait, I'm trying to think what time it is. 11:31 a.m. Wait, what time is it? I'm so confused. -1. It's 11:30 a.m. Which means it's 4:30 p.m. 5:30 p.m. I got there. I got there eventually. I figured it out. Try time? How far are you in the village? When I switch into motion controls? You know, they have an incredible selection of Wii remotes at Book Off over here. Like, there's so many Wii remotes. That's not me saying I'm going to get Wii remotes. I don't even know if they would work with my modern Bluetooth. Do you need a special adapter for them? Holy crap, I don't have any potion. I don't have any healing. I gotta use my Mega Potion. Just gonna not get hit. I'm Agent 47. I'm not that bald. I don't have any tattoos. I don't have a barcode on the back of my head. Can you play online at Emily or do you play it in the Wii? You can do either. You can do both. How cool is that? They can play together. That's the most beautiful thing. Is net sorted? No. Mm-mm. No. I'm trying to see if the lady here will sign for a 6-month mobile contract. What did the guy say? He said that this building has ass internet installed and they would have to completely reinstall the internet. So far, we've only dropped 1,871 frames at 3,000 kilobits a second. I don't know. I mean, at 720p, I'm assuming the stream looks okay for what it is. Wonderful, thank you. Hello. So, I mean, I don't know. I told her I'd pay for 6 months of internet. It's cheaper than an office. It's the equivalent of 10 visits to the net cafe. You're farming Super Latcheron yesterday? That's amazing. What are the team's feelings about adding other super monsters, like custom ones? Are people kind of on board with it? Why are people asking for underwater combat so much for Gen 6? I'm blaming Reddit. I don't know anything about it. Most people I know that have played a lot of Tri and 3 Ultimate generally agree that water is interesting, but not anything they want to go back to. Like, the people that played it are like, alright, it's kind of neat, but it's not, like, it's not great. I mean, Legiacris isn't good. Gobull is good. Legiacris is legitimately a better monster on land than it is on the ground, underwater. Chris' pushover on land? He was kind of tough in Generations Ultimate. You ever fought Hyper Chris on land? Underground Chris, is that what I said? I'm getting sleepy, guys. Yeah, I mean, Gen Chris is basically Ivy Chris, but I mean a little bit stronger. Buy a good satellite and steal someone's internet. I bought a network extender in an attempt to further leech a cafe's internet, and it didn't work good enough. But I tried. Thing is, I've got a long-term rental for this place, so like, there's a major sunk cost in the hotel / B&B. Yeah, this is low rank. Man, he slaps though. I mean, I made some changes, and we really have been a lot more stable, but... Use my armor spheres or wait till I get a starter hunter rank, high rank set? You could upgrade your legs? Maybe? Maybe the arms? If you're using Jaggy. Honestly, like, when it's time to farm armor spheres, like, you can just mine and you'll get a bunch. And that's fine for your Rathalos. Pretty much full Rathalos with, like, the Rathalos cap is the most skills in low rank. Negative skills are so good. Somebody rolled in a request earlier, our lobby earlier, and they had guard +2, heat resistance, and slow stamina recovery, and they were using longsword. Barrel chest I remember being pretty good. And that was just beautiful to see, man. I mean, that's the sort of stuff like you used to see. No, like, I was happy to see it. Like, I'm not bullying the guy. Like, that's like, authentic try. Like, this is, like, that's what you want to see. Like, you don't want to see somebody rolling in with, like, attack up large and critical I2 and in low rank. Like, that's gross. Ooh. Sweaty tryhard. Ew, smells bad. Give me that heat resistance. Demonic Blessing. It's like, it's really a flex. If you think wind resistance is bad now, yeah. Wait till you find, fight Rathalos. I recommended wind resistance in my tri-LP. And I had people on GameFAQs saying, like, that's dumb, just evade the wind. Like, that makes sense. Like, every time the Rathalos flaps his wings, you have to, like, hit the evade button. How does that make sense? Just dodge, idiot. Like you never have any chance to attack. You just be constantly dodging. Good morning, good night, Shep. Yeah, I need to sleep soon. We're gonna be back later today. Even Kuropeko is bad. With Lance, you have a little bit of an option, but at the same time, like Lance doesn't have any built-in wind resistance attacks other than, I guess, countering. With Hammer and Greatsword, you get wind resistance with certain moves. I guess technically Longsword probably too. Switch Axe, basically everything. That was the cart that time. That feels bad. Look at this. 3 people, decent gear. The Gia Chris took 16 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna sleep after this. Is it Kuropeko in your Barathos Great Jaggy quest? That's awesome. Underwater debuff? The best thing that could happen to Reddit is Capcom listens to them and actually gives like full only underwater combat. They would complain so much. I don't want to go on a Doomer rant, but I just gotta tell you, man, like, it's not that people don't care about Monster Hunter in Japan anymore. I still see plenty of people carrying around like little feline bags and stuff like that. And I was in the gift shop and somebody was like looking at the Monster Hunter stuff, like they couldn't remember what it was, and they're like, oh, Monster Hunter. It's like people still remember it. It's just like, it's just not popular, you know? And I think that's 8-year-old Android tablet. That'll be me in 10 years. Because my camera's already dying. It's shutting down. Yeah, I'm shutting down. You're so jealous of my plate. I think I got 2 of them. Ooh, that phone just fell. Everything's falling apart. I have 1 plate. Okay, I gotta go. That was probably a really funny face. I don't know why it fell. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta leave. We'll be back. 6 hours? 7 hours, maybe? We'll see. See you soon. Goodbye. I love you. Good night. Goodbye.